You're going to be listening to me cleaning stalls. Hopefully you can hear me. I'm pretty loud. As a coach, I'm used to screaming across arenas, so you should be able to hear me. I'm cleaning stalls. It's raining. And what I wanted to talk about right now is feel. There's a couple of things that I'm going to go over. Actually, more than a couple of things. I have quite a bit of a list, actually, of things that I want to go over. And feel is going to be one that's going to be on here quite often. Because feel, people seem to think is just contact, like soft feel and stuff is absolutely what it is. Soft feel is what it is, but we have to kind of understand what feel means. Feel is not just physical touch. It's a feeling. It's how something makes you feel. It's how, like, music makes you feel, or a movie makes you feel, or, how, just feeling. There's a couple of things with horses that we need to be able to identify and feel. The first thing and the first contact that we kind of have with horses is eye contact. It's seeing them. It's seeing what they are doing, what they're, how they are acting, how, that kind of thing, all before we even get a halter on. Like, what is it that our horses are feeling? Feel has a lot to do with feeling, like having feel about who and what you are, what you want to do, and sticking fast to it because we understand what feel is. Now, feel as a horseman, my understanding, and this is also my going interpretation because, it's an evolving thing. I'm 49 now. Well, I go by the thoroughbred birthday. So it's January, so I'm 49 now as far as I'm concerned. If my thoroughbreds have to change their birthday to universal, so do I. So I'm 49 now, and so as a horseman, I'm actually not that old. Like, I'm still a rook to a lot of people, and I'm gonna learn a lot. And by the time I'm 59, I'm gonna be like, you're an idiot at 49. Okay. The picture we're looking at is of my Akhal-Teke gelding Spider in the foreground, and my now past thoroughbred stallion Bill in the background. They were buds, because not all stallions are idiots, and definitely not all thoroughbred stallions are idiots. So we just have to understand that it's all about feeling of safety and respect is the main things. But feel has a lot of things. It becomes part of who you are as a horseman. It's how you open gates. It's how you use your manure fork. It's how you put your tack on. It's how you put everything about feel is got to be light. You've got to be able to have solid feel with your hands and with your feelings. So with feel, we know a lot of things, like just now before I started this, which is actually what made me do it. You can probably hear it's raining. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if that's picking that up. My gelding, the Akhal-Teke Spider, the one here in the foreground, he was standing outside his stall and he's like, ugh, do I want to walk to the water bucket? So I just brought him up a bucket and he drank. Why? Because I knew he was feeling thirsty. You can see it. If you're aware of how a horse is feeling, you're going to have a lot more success. And feel is that. So when I say to my students or my clients, how do you feel? What does that make you feel? Oh, well, I feel nervous, or I feel scared, or I feel secure, or I feel safe, or, and those are things that are really important about feel. And it also has a lot to do with contact and connectivity, which is what I'm going to talk about in another one. But feel is not just contact. It's not just how many pounds of pressure, which it should never be. It should never be pounds of pressure unless something's going sideways or a little bit sunfish and haywire, okay? And it should never be pounds of pressure that we're putting on horses. Horses are highly, highly innervated animals. They have a panniculus reflex. That's the reflex that squiggles their skin for flies. They have actually more nerve endings and are more sensitive in their skin than we are. So we really can use our aids in like the breadth of our boot. And, I'm definitely going to go over the contacts is something that I'm going to actually have to do and make a video on in order to show it. But we need to understand feel first and how light horses really can be, and that how lightness is a goal, kind of like unity. So this is something that is kind of a classical principle. It's like a tenet of classical work, whether it's Vaquero or Californio or French classical or whichever classical school that people are going by, is that légèreté is lightness. So we really can have a seamless relationship of feel when we are working with horses. The horses I have here right now are 27, 24. My gelding's turning 18. This guy in the foreground here, this was him a couple of years ago, actually. Or no, I guess it was a year and a half ago. And he's now just going to be kind of my trail horse buddy, and we're going to go and do stuff together. But I have a friend, Beast, who's just turned 11, a 16 three-hand thoroughbred that's going to be a buddy that I'm going to talk about an awful lot. Because he is actually going to go through the process of learning lightness, because he was an ex-race horse, and then he went to turn to a jumper coach that at one point just maxed on the leverage gear, maxed on the pulleys and the levers, and he just said enough is enough. And so now he has got to learn that feel is not something to avoid, or it's not conflict. Communication is not conflict or competition. Nobody's going to win. It's not about domination. It's about communication. Horses are very peaceful animals by nature. There's no vets in nature. They bug each other and whatever, but most horse language is just done with body language and stuff. There's no vets out there. They're not going to kick the living crap out of one another because there's nothing out there to fix them. So feel has a ton to do with it. You can give a horse a look and send it off. Everybody knows that snotty mare face, right? That's enough to make people go, whoa, even if they don't know horses, or what the hell, flat back ears and open mouth. That's enough to make anybody go, damn, even if you don't know anything about horses. So feel is very important, which means that you have to, as an individual, and as I do as an individual as well, all of us as horse people, individuals, have to drop our bullshit, have to drop our stuff. Horses, hang on a sec. Hey, Mocha. You really like my shirt? I'm really cool, by the way. Mocha, you know how many followers I have? You want to know how big my bank account is? You want to know how I identify who I'm sleeping with? You want to see how fancy my truck is? Mocha doesn't care. They don't care how cool you are. It's if they feel safe and secure and respected. That's it. And that comes with feel. You feel respected. You feel safe. Feel. Very important, and something I'm going to talk about a lot on this channel, and it's a huge part of Equinese. So I'm going to try to keep this one shorter because these are going to get long, dude, and they're going to get weird. Equinese is weird. I'm weird. Horse people are weird. We're weirdos. Okay? There's not a lot of us. Why we all compete against each other and hate each other and say, well, actually, my insert, uniform insert, saddle insert, breed insert, discipline insert, point system here is better. There's not very many horsemen, man. Out of the 8 billion people on Earth, how many do you think ride? Not that many. And how many do you think ride with any respect? Not that many. It really gets to be niche and smaller and smaller and smaller. So it's about, do I want my horse to live 30 years sound? Yes. Do I want to have a relationship with my horse so that they feel respected, safe, and sound for their entire existence? Yes. That's what this horsemanship is about. That's what Equinese is about. So I will leave you guys to soak in the weirdness, because that's soaking is a big part of it too. Sit and soak on it. Sit and soak on it. Horses have to sit and soak on it, and we have to give them the opportunity to sit and soak on it. So, anyways, yep, ready to get down with the weirdness. Be well. I'm such a weirdo.